In this video blog we are going to investigate how do we bring a link in multiple times. In other words, if there is a house design that is repeatedly placed upon a site, how do we coordinate that with the original house design? Here is a site. The levels and the contours have been referenced by survey point. The survey point itself has been unclipped and moved back to the origin just for visual purposes, and now we are inserting a Revit linked file. Typical house design, and we will place that somewhere on the site. To make sure that the house design is correctly positioned vertically, we open a section and have a look at it. That looks alright. In 3D, yeah, that's pretty much alright. Okay, let's get the second and the third house design in, same house design, so we can again insert the house. This time I'm going to do it manually by origin and place it over here, and perhaps also just rotate it to differentiate it from the other design. Once again, section through, and let's have a look. This one can move up. There we go. Something like that will do. Lastly, one more. And this time we will rotate in the opposite direction. So 3 different orientations. What's left to do? Check the vertical orientation. So clearly when doing a detailed design, one would take more caution, more care in creating that layout perfectly. Deleting the sections. And now here's where the process is different. We want to be able to see, when eventually linking the site back into the link, how the site looks with respect to the 3 different houses. In our Manage tab, drop down and publish coordinates. That pushes the coordinates into the shared file. Duplicate the internal coordinate and call that location A. Could just as well be an earth number, plot number. Do the same thing for the second and the third houses. Publish coordinates. Duplicate location B. Publish coordinates. Duplicate location C. Save the file. Save the locations back into the linked file, and let's go and see how that is handled from the other side. Save, close, and open the typical house design. Link in the site drawing by shared coordinates. Now immediately, if the visibility graphics was set to show the survey point, just be careful. When zooming all, that it might appear as if the plan view is not showing. It's just that the shared coordinate system has now been published, so the site marker is way off over there. Easy way to handle that. Either switch off the survey point if you need to keep it exactly where it is and zoom in to extents, or otherwise unclip the survey point and move it to the project origin or something like that. Right. Let's have a look at the locations on our location weather and site. We go to the site, click on location A, make current, and OK. Right, so there is location A. Let's try location B. Make current. That shows us the site in location B and location C. Make current. Okay, there we go. Right, so that is how shared coordinates can be used with a repeated house design. One of the ways in which this could be used is that one could calculate the cutting and fill schedule on a development. It would obviously be a rough calculation because the really final grading will be done in a platform like Autodesk Civil 3D typically, and the final grading can then also be exported to DWG and linked into Revit, or otherwise a points file created for the topography to be created quickly. Going back to the site drawing, if we wanted that configuration, what would we do? Well, we would take the original topography, move it onto a previous phase, name it original topo, and then currently we are in the new construction phase. So if we create a graded region exactly like the existing one, accept, and let's quickly create a schedule of topographies giving us the name, phase created, cut, fill, and the net cut and fill, which we typically would want to have 0, as we don't want to cart material on or off the site unless it's really necessary. So this is the new topo. Currently they're exactly the same, there's no net cut or fill. Going to create a quick building pad. We need a level to create that on. Or we can just move it in section. I'm going to leave a section over here. And create a building pad. Pick lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Trim into corner to make a continuous profile. Viewed in section. Move it into the correct height. Let's hide the link temporarily, and there we can see the building pad and the schedule building pad A. So for building pad A, there is a net cut and fill of 190.25. The same can be done for the other links, and then the total can also be calculated with the schedule.